Right, hello guys, and welcome back to the Bleed Norwich YouTube channel with me, Alex, and
Me, Ducker. Hello.
hello. So, been a bit of an exciting week so far, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been difficult to keep on top of everything with work and everything else goes on in modern day life.
Well, yeah,
Um, and then all this news about Norwich over sort of the past week really is yeah, it's been flying, hasn't it?
yeah, it's been really busy so
Yeah,
far this week. Maybe might get even busier towards the end.
it's looking that way, isn't it? Obviously,
Yeah,
big news. I think we'll start on the big news, aren't we? The one that's announced, the new marquee player,
Mathias Kvistgaarden.
Kvistgaarden. Yeah, Danish striker. Um, yeah, 23 years old.
Exciting.
Exciting. He's worth so on transfer market, which is what every football fan uses to find out a player's value. He's worth
Yeah,
about 12 million, around 11 to 12 million. So
yes,
yeah, he's
15 million euros, wasn't
yeah,
it? That's something like that,
yeah,
yeah.
just south of 50 million euros he's worth. And it's he's worth a lot of money. So we know he's got quality. He's a player of high profile, a profile way too high for a mid-table championship side, which is obviously where Norwich fall into the bracket of. And obviously we know the fact that RC Lens were massively interested, had a bid. It looked like that was pretty much a done deal till Norwich and Ben Knapper comes swooping in.
Yeah,
um, Obviously, there's other clubs of Champions League level that were interested, like Celtic and Eintracht
yeah,
Frankfurt. I believe West Ham were slightly interested too. Obviously, not Champions League
yeah.
level, but
I
Premier
think
League.
Anderlecht as well.
Yeah, yeah. So there was plenty of big clubs in Europe that were interested in Mathias Kvistgaarden. They were playing sort of top tier football in their respective countries,
Yeah,
and he chose to come to Norwich. I think that's the massive sort of standpoint that really sort of points out to me, the project that's going on at Norwich is definitely positive, and that's designed as reflect it. It shows that if a player of Fitzgarden's quality and sort of high profile, he chooses the Norwich City project, it shows that it's something that us fans can buy into and get excited about. Um, and also that Ben Knapper is a serial negotiator.
definitely. How he's pulled that off, I don't really know.
Obviously, there was something about a release clause where
That only he found somehow.
yeah, there's a bit about
I don't know if I believe that or not, but
yeah, because obviously you'd expect that
they would have went
agents and
over it with a
clubs,
fine tooth comb type thing.
yeah, that they would have picked up on that. So it might have been a release clause that specifically mentioned English clubs. I know that sometimes happens, but
Possibly.
we were able to pick him up for £6.9 million, half his transfer value, pretty much.
Which that is a big steal, considering Lens had 11 million euro on the table.
11 million euros on the table, so that would have been what, about 10 million pounds, maybe just
Yeah,
under. So
just under 10
obviously
million.
a bigger bid than what we put in. And we've managed to get him for a smaller price, and he can stay on the Broads. So
So yeah,
what's not to love?
very,
Yeah, we'll talk a bit about Kavisgard. Obviously, we spoke about sort of how he's come over here, sort of the business that's gone behind it. But what is Kvistgaarden like as a player? Now, he's predominantly a striker. Bromby
yeah,
fans have said that he is better as a nine than as sort of a
yeah.
wide forward. So that's obviously I think me and you were both under the illusion that he was going to be the Bora Sainz replacement,
Big
but
size replacement, yeah, definitely.
maybe
But
not. Maybe
he can play in that role.
he can play in that role, and it depends on Manning's system as well. So we're yet to sort of see that, but
Well,
from
if we go for a 4-3-3 or whatever Manning's system is this season,
5-2-3.
he'll cover the bag. I don't know.
Yeah, this is the thing. We're sort of
He will fit in somewhere.
he will have to. I think the squad will be
It
will
will
probably
revolve
build
around him
it.
now.
Yeah, evolve around him definitely because he's a marquee player. He's not a player of that quality and that sort of profile. You can't sort of have him warming up the bench every week. He has to be
Uh,
starting every game, sort of thing. But
but
yeah, a bit more about Kavisgard, like I say, mainly a striker, but can play across the forward roles. But Bromby
yeah,
fans have made Norwich fans very much aware that he is best off as a number nine. Um, His goal scoring record last season, massively impressive across all
Massively.
competitions, scored 23 goals,
Yeah, 23 and
17 in the league.
6 or 8 assists.
I think six. It was 5 assists in the league. I think it was either 6 or 8 in total. But
Yeah, yeah,
I think that shows he can create and he can also score and score a lot as well. Um, so a player of real quality in front of goal. And what also helps is that he's not coming into completely unknown scenes. He knows
no,
Spartak quite well, and he knows Anis Ben Slimani quite well. Um,
yeah,
so them two will help him settle in very, very quickly, I assume.
definitely. Yeah, well, yeah, they played with him, and I've posted a video of the Oscar Suartao and him linking up when they were at Bromby.
And that goal was tasty, wasn't it?
And that goal,
The link
yeah.
ups there.
So, could we expect more of that this season? Who knows?
Well, we do certainly hope so. But yeah, he's going to be so important to us this season, isn't he, Alex?
Yeah, definitely. He's going to be one of our shining players, hopefully, this season.
Yeah,
He's
that's the thing.
got to be, really.
We have mentioned sort of like the hope. You just said it there, hopefully, and that's also a word for caution, especially with Norwich fans. We're seeing these sort of marquee signings come from abroad. Milo Rashica, Ricky
Yeah,
Van Wolfswinkel, where they're big name marquee signings from
big
abroad that
name.
haven't
Yeah.
really quite worked out. Um,
Zolis.
Zolis as well. Do you think it's different this time around with Fitzgarden or not?
Hopefully, it will be different this season. I don't know. I keep saying hopefully, but yeah, he looks like a bright young player coming through the ranks, and then we'll have to see.
That's the thing. I think he is young and he's hungry, and
Yeah, definitely.
he does sort of fit the profile of a player that we want at Norwich. And
Yeah.
again, I mean, I say, do you think is he will he fare better than the players of the past? It's so hard to say. Obviously we're hopeful, but there is obviously caution about it. He's never played English football, and we'll have to see
No,
how it fits in. But I think if we're going out splashing the cash from this sort of type of player and
they
making a
have to.
big racket about it and beating clubs like Lens and Frankfurt and Celtic to the signing, I think we have to
High profile clubs to it. Yeah.
we have to be confident, and I think we have every right to be. But yeah, welcome Mathias Kvistgaarden to Norwich City. I hope you enjoy your ice cream at Wells next to sea. I hope you enjoy your chroma crabs. I hope you enjoy your day trip down Yarmouth and enjoy the rides at Pleasure Beach and your boat trips on the Norfolk
Can't
coast.
forget the snails.
And you can't forget the snails at Pleasure Beach as well. And enjoy the fine city of Norwich as well, and scoring plenty of goals. And he'll be adored, hopefully, by the fans this season as we go for a promotion push. Um,
Yeah. Touching on that as well, I think I saw a tweet earlier saying that the last time in 2018, we signed a loan midfielder who was on loan at us. We signed him, and then we sent
Morris
Angus Gunn
Liner,
out on loan, so we didn't have him for the season. We've now sold Angus Gunn, or let him go.
yeah, he went back to Man City, yeah.
Yeah, and we signed a striker from Bromley, and we won the league.
You're a superstitious man, Alex. You're a superstitious man, and you're getting me
Who knows?
excited, and I don't like it. It's only Wednesday. Leave me alone. Right. We'll move on to the next bit of news. Obviously, as I said in the TikTok yesterday, and if you don't follow us on TikTok, what the hell are you doing? We're nearly on 500 followers as we're speaking right now. We're at 497. We've only been going with regular videos for less than 2 weeks, and the support you guys have shown has been fantastic. Please go give us a follow over there. Go view the videos. There's going to be loads of content coming up.
Loads more content coming out over the next few weeks
Absolutely, and
and
there's
the next few years. Who knows?
hopefully, Bleed Norwich is only growing, guys. It's only growing. Alex started this journey on Instagram. We've now branched out onto X, formerly known as Twitter, YouTube, Spotify, and now TikTok. We're growing, guys, and we want you to be part of that journey and keep showing us the support and love that makes us enjoy doing this as a hobby. We don't get paid for this at all. Comes out of our own time and our own enjoyment. And we fucking love it. and that's down to you guys for constantly showing support and love. Um, yeah, just want to get that little shout out in there. Why not? Shout out to
Shout out to
fan
the
base,
followers.
shout out to followers, absolutely. Um, but the next bit of news, obviously, we've just spoke about such a high of Mathias Kvistgaarden. There is a little bit of a low, and this is what I mentioned on the TikTok, which is what I had to say prior to going on that little rant. When there's a big incoming, there's also
It
with
has to be
Norwich,
a big outgoing.
there tends to be a big outgoing, doesn't there? Borja Sainz is most definitely off to FC Porto, the giants
Yeah.
of Portuguese football, alongside Benfica and Sporting Lisbon. Um, Alex, when this news broke, I think this news broke ages ago, sort of the rumours, but now
The rumours broke
months ago.
a couple of weeks, a month ago, or whatever.
Yeah,
We knew he was on his way out,
yeah, I think that was
but
pretty evident. But
that was to start off with. It was with Athletic Bilbao,
and then Villarreal,
and then Villarreal,
then
and
Napoli,
then Napoli,
and now Porto. And
and now
Porto
it's
is,
Porto.
yeah,
So big clubs coming in for him.
big money as well.
Big money as well. Yeah, definitely.
And I think that's the main thing. I think, and I see a lot of this on Twitter, and a lot of Norwich fans are saying that not really asked about Borja Sainz leaving. I think it's not a fact that I'm not asked about it. I think Borja Sainz is a fantastic footballer. He showed his
Yeah,
quality in that sort of first half of the season, what he can be like. Granted, he didn't keep up for the second half of the season, but it was a really poor squad. We the
yeah,
league table said it all. You know what I mean? And but you have to remember sort of how he was in that's first half of the season. He was unbelievable, unplayable at times, and we will miss that. And undoubtedly so. He was a key player, massive player, but he was on his last year of his contract.
yeah.
He wasn't going to renew. We signed him on
No.
free,
Yeah, exactly. This is the unbelievable thing that we got him on free. We've now flipped him for
nearly £15 million.
nearly £15 million
Good business.
plus a 20% sell-on clause of profit. What Porto
Yeah.
get when
So,
they sell
for
it, if they sell
example,
it.
let's say obviously the deal's around £15 million. So call it £15 million. Borja Sainz gets sold from Porto to Atletico Madrid, for example, theoretically speaking, for £30 million. Now, of that £15 million that Porto made profit, we get a 20% of that. That's how that deal works. It's not 20% or 30 million. I fucking wish it was. Fuck, we could sign a fuck ton of players at
Yeah,
that.
we
But
could.
it's not. It's
It's
20.
just based on the profit that
Yeah.
Porto will get from
And
their deal with us.
and I fully expect Paul Hassan to excel at Porto. What about you, Alex?
Definitely. Yeah, he'll. I think he'll fit their system well because in Portuguese football, I know he's not as much a personal player, but he's a bit of a team player. But they predominantly go on personal player profile.
Yeah, yeah, he can take a game by the scruff of the neck, and we saw that so many times for Norwich. And in Portuguese football, you are right. There is a lot of sort of moments in Portuguese football where you see sort of a tricky winger take the game
Yeah,
by the scruff of the neck, or
just
a big striker like Victor Gyökeres, for example, who's off to Arsenal. You see him sort of take the game by the scruff of the neck and be able to turn it on its head. Wingers are a huge game in Portuguese football. We know this by looking at the Portuguese national team. Look at the wingers that have come through there, mainly Cristiano Ronaldo, sort of. So wingers are a
yeah,
huge part in Portuguese football. Look at Rafael Leao as well right now.
yeah,
So yeah, like I
exactly.
say, Porto signs I think will fit Porto to a T. I think he'll excel there, and I think he'll get a big money move in the next couple of years away from Porto, which will see Norwich still get a bit of money. So
He'll
we have to
get a bit of
really
income off
understand
him.
here, considering
I
if
mean,
we
even more income off him.
exactly if Norwich could hold a ball her sides of the season and didn't go up, he'd be going on a free. We'd be losing the £50 million that we're getting from him now. This is Norwich are getting a really good end of the deal from this, and this is why I am I would say I'm not asked about leaving, but I understand it and I'm happy and I hope he exceeds and I wish him all the best because Borja Sainz throughout this whole transfer saga has been nothing but professional and excellent.
Yeah,
There's so many
definitely.
footballers this day and age that will just run out their contract and then move on a free. Borja Sainz has not allowed that to happen. He's been happy to move and happy to give Norwich City money. So I wish him all the best and I want to thank him. If he will never see this, but I want to thank him for his professionalism.
Oh, he might
Over
do.
He might do. You never know. Bora Sainz, you want to come to the Norwich podcast? Let us know. I'd love to hear about your time at Norwich and what you will be getting up to in Porto. Do you
Yeah,
think Borja Sainz is a bit disrespected by Norwich fans, Alex?
in a way, some of them can be a bit disrespectful to him. Yeah,
I think he's
yeah,
underappreciated, isn't he?
definitely underappreciated.
Yeah.
Like some Norwich fans go on about how he's like been off the boil. Well, yeah, he has, but
Yeah,
yeah,
you
but
know, he was that first half of the season. He was unplayable, and yes, there was
yeah,
disciplinary
exactly.
issues, and yes, there was other issues. But he's young as well. He's
But
not
people have just gone off that moment against Sunderland, and then they've just been at
yeah.
him all the time since then, saying he's got attitude issues, he's got this, that, the other,
And I'll
and
tell you what,
they've just like turned on him basically, and then gone, yeah, I don't care that he's leaving, see you later.
I think he deserves a lot more respect. Borja Sainz is an
Yeah,
excellent player
definitely.
at Norwich City, contributed to a lot of good things. Unfortunately, didn't quite work out for him here in terms of getting that promotion to the Premier League. But I think we have to hold him with a lot of respect. He's given us £15 million to play with, um, and be able to rebuild the squad, and he's going to have a wonderful, wonderful career.
And he's
Over,
still in profit from Kavisgard's deal.
exactly.
But there you go.
There you go. And I think that's massive. That obviously came out today, Alex. You just said it to me. Pinkham did tweet. He's just been at Colney today, this morning, saying goodbye
Yeah.
to everyone. Um,
So
as
that
he's
pretty much, although it hasn't been confirmed yet, that pretty much says that
the
it's
deal's done.
happened.
The
The
deal is
deal's
done.
done.
He is a Porto player. Probably by the next few days he'll have signed his contract. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, wish him all the best. Right.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, Alex, when the news sort of broke out that Borja Sainz was definitely going to Porto,
Yeah.
there was, and this is why I always tell everyone, read the small print, because Ben Knapper did, and look where that got us, Mathias Kvistgaarden.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
also read the small print of the tweet that released it. Now, Watford have been interested in a winger. His name is Pape Diallo from Metz. And
Yeah.
apparently, well, that deal looks seemingly done. I've been following that deal for a while, just on Twitter, Championship Twitter. It
Yeah.
comes up.
Yeah.
It comes up.
It
Yeah,
crops up, doesn't it? Yeah.
yeah. And I've been seeing that Pape Diallo, he's a winger from Metz. It's gone to Watford. Pretty advanced talks. Looks like the medical could well be
I
booked.
think it was booked, to be honest.
Um,
So, yeah.
and then Norwich have decided, nah, hold that medical, mate.
We'll have a bit of
Um,
that.
well, we'll have a look. Of course, we'll have a look. Norwich are interested in Pape Diallo, a bit of a hijack mission from Ben Knapper. Now, if we know anything about his hijack
Another
missions,
hijack missions
exactly.
this
He's
weekend.
could we do it?
When the Norwich come calling.
You can't say no, but I don't know if this one's too far gone. Like I say, medical was supposedly already booked. I've seen on Watford Twitter that the Watford sources are saying it's not too much to worry about from Norwich at this point. And now it's kind of got me thinking: is it too far fetched at this point? But then
Yeah.
obviously there was some reports last night that we put in a €5 million bid offer, which is a similar figure to what Watford put in. Um, and I don't know if it's going to start now a bidding war or what's going on there. And we're sort of being up in the air about it today. There's not really been a lot going on.
But not
Um,
been much more information said on that at the moment. So
no. All we know is that Mets need to sell ASAP. They are in a bit of financial
yeah,
trouble. And I
financial
think
difficulties.
I was saying this to Alex this morning. What gives Norwich the upper hand in that argument that Mets need to sell and sell quick is look at the Kavisgard deal. That rumor only sort of surfaced late last week. Or
How's your Danish?
yeah, how's your Danish? It's been released on a podcast 20 minutes ago. But that only got released, and it was sort of within a week that rumor got released of Kvistgaard being announced as a Norwich City player, and they would have seen that okay, these guys are quick moving, so they can get their money quick. And Norwich have a bit of financial backing now, and even more so with the sale of Borja Sainz. So could Mets look at that now and think, okay, if we want to sell someone, we can sell them quick and we can sell them to Norwich. they're going to be quick with the business.
definitely.
Because this Watford rumour is sort of been around for a
It's
while,
been
a couple of weeks, I
over a
think.
week, I think.
Yeah, a couple of
Over a
weeks.
week, a couple of weeks.
And obviously, they've only got to the stage of advanced talks, potential medical being booked. Norwich would have had that
Norwich
deal
would
wrapped up. We would have had that deal
Norwich
wrapped up
come in. Norwich come in for Kavisgard and they got done within the week.
within the week. Within a week. Um,
So could that happen with Diallo?
quite potentially. And I mean, we still need to see more about this. Probably by the time this podcast is out, it would it
You'll probably
might
know more about it.
yeah it probably it will probably be a not a complete circus, and it's not put ahead. So who knows? But Alex, what do you think Norwich need to do to get Pape Diallo in a Norwich shirt?
Getting well, offer him a good deal, obviously,
Yeah.
to start with.
Do you think we need to obviously with being a similar amount? Do you think it may be going back in to sort of get Mets to really change their mind here? Do you think it would be
Try and
maybe
like push it towards us more than
yeah
towards
maybe bid a little
Watford.
bit
Just
higher?
just putting out a couple of 100,000 in or something like that.
Like it's nothing. Well, to the Athanasios, it
Well,
probably is nothing. Um,
well, you know what I mean, type
yeah, no,
thing.
absolutely.
Figuratively speaking.
But yeah, it would be a case. I think we just need to do more than Watford at this stage. Offer him
Yeah,
a better deal. Offer a sell-on clause as
because we're
well.
so similar at the moment on the
I think we
bids
offer
that we
we
made.
offer a better project as well, and I think that's as a
Yeah,
club
the
that's something that
project
Norwich
might
do
sell
well.
it to a bit more
Yeah, I think the
than
project that Norwich
plus projects.
Diallo will look at that project and be like, okay, well, if you put two on the table, you choose which club. Nine times out of ten, you're picking Norwich. I think realistically, I think even Watford fans will agree. Their club is getting better. I think the new manager's looking good. They're a fan of him. They spent a bit of money. Pozzo,
Yeah,
the owner, obviously, who's majorly hated amongst the Watford fan base after the sacking of Clegg,
yeah,
and probably before that as well. But you know, there is some it's not a project that yeah Watford are known for going through managers very quickly. So it's not really a project. It's sort of one manager's in, you play for him, the next manager's in. With Norwich, there's a project and there's sort of a plan to get to the Premier League, and I think that's more concrete than what Watford's project is, and I think that would seem a little bit more endearing to a player like Pape
yeah,
Dio.
yeah.
But we'll touch on the final bit of news. A little bit came out about it today, which I'm happy about. So it gives us something more to talk about. Is Pelle Mattsson, the Silkeborg midfielder, over from the Danish Premier League as well?
Yeah.
Um, we did put a bid in earlier in the week, or was it might be
One
later?
1.75 was
Yeah,
it?
1.715 million, 2 million euros.
Yeah, yeah,
Got rejected. Did.
yeah,
Um, Yeah, so that was a tricky one because when that report came out, when we were interested, it was okay, looks good, quite like the look of him. Bid got rejected, and it did say in the same sort of article that we're also looking at other options, which is fine. It's great to look at other midfield options, but it was one where I was like, okay, I'm not really going to get too excited about this one yet. Something else might come into fruition, but
yeah.
at the
So
minute,
that's my pop out. Yeah,
Pelle Mattsson is sort of he's one we're looking at. But there was concrete interest from Norwich City. Obviously, a bid was put in. I think Portsmouth are also interested as well.
yeah. I think it was. Yeah,
Yeah,
I know other clubs are interested in him.
yeah. There is a few in the championship. I know that Norwich and
And there
Portsmouth.
was someone else got rejected as well. So
Yeah, I know. It's at the minute.
around about the same price.
Norwich and Portsmouth are probably putting in the most concrete interest at the minute. And again, if you had to pick between the two clubs, Norwich will probably be the one at the minute, especially the business we're
Yeah,
doing. Um, But however, a report came out today is that Norwich are quite confident in bringing in Pelle Mattsson. Now,
yeah.
what do you think that would involve, Alex?
Well, to get him here, or
Yeah, did you? Are we going to put in another bid?
well, obviously we'll have to go higher again. So
We,
maybe around the 2 million, a little bit more than the £2 million mark.
I think we can maybe get away with just under. Silkeborg, they're a big club in Denmark, but at the same time,
Yeah,
I think I don't think their asking price would be too much more. I think maybe like just shy 1.9 million. Maybe we might be able to have a look.
Possibly, yeah.
Um, but it will probably be around the 2 million mark.
Around the
We'll have
two
to do.
million.
Yeah. But again, we're looking at other options as well. So this isn't one to get. You can get a little bit more excited now. Don't get me wrong, I've given you permission, but it's not really one that I'm sort of like, yeah, this is happening. But it's one that Norwich are
It's
growing
kind
and
of
confident.
one that's quiet but not quiet.
Yeah, yeah. It's a
It's
weird
kind of one of them ones that's been pushed to the side a little bit for
because
now.
Matson's been on the radar for a while as well. Like it's with,
Yeah.
but we'll see what happens with that, and if Norwich are looking at the other options, or if we do put in a second bid, and we're confident in bringing in Pelle Mattsson. What do you think he's going to bring to Norwich, Pelle Mattsson, though? Midfielder, plays as a six, holding midfielder.
It could bring, yeah. Can't put me on the spot
That's my job.
here.
It's what you pay me for.
Yeah.
If only you pay me. Come on, Alex, where's my page? I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking.
I don't really know much about him personally, so
There we go.
I can't really
Neither do I, but all I know is what I've
say
read.
much.
He's a holding midfielder. Um, Very much maybe like an Oliver Skip type player. So I think Wright is more of a deep line playmaker, whereas Pelle Mattsson is more of a stopping an attack and creating a new one and sort of being um, good in the turnover areas in midfield and being able to turn over possession quickly and drive forward up the pitch. And yeah, create turnover situations. So I think Pelle Mattsson could be yeah, a very good addition into midfield and does give us another option, another sort of headache to think about in the midfield area. With a lot of midfielders and good quality midfielders, Marcelino Nunez, Kenny McLean, um, Pelle Mattsson if he joins, Jacob Wright. Am I missing some, Alex? Forson Amankwa, but I think he's going to be
And
playing
why, yeah.
higher up the pitch. Gabriel Forsyth, Liam Gibbs, Emmy Marcondes, obviously a 10, but can probably play a bit deeper as well. Yeah, there's so many options here. And Oscar Schwartau as well, obviously a 10,
Yeah.
but be deeper potentially. Yeah, the midfield options are very exciting. There's a lot of them. I potentially do think we will maybe see an outgoing at some point. Yet to see what it's going to be. Obviously, we know that Sainz is off. But yeah,
Marcondes has been linked
Marcondes
with,
has been linked to Gremio, yeah, but there was nothing else
but
concrete.
nothing else has come out about that, so kind of brush that to the side for now.
Yeah, obviously Sargent was linked to VfL Wolfsburg, Leeds, both out of the race now.
And
Burnley, the only ones supposedly in the race, but will he really join a side that's just going to get relegated at the end of the season? They lost one of their best centre backs. They're losing
yeah,
their goalkeeper, who was their best player last season, and they could be losing their other really good centre back. And obviously Burnley, they well, they have the best defence in the league. So if they're losing, they're, if they're losing that, then
losing a lot of people, a lot of players.
in key areas. So yeah, there is that. So I don't know if Sarge will want to join that, but we'll see. Again, the transfer window it's still early. We're still in early July, and I'm ready to skint, Alex. We've got to go hot in the month. Crikey. But yeah, we'll have to
Yeah,
see.
yeah.
See. But early season, early pre-season predictions, Alex. Where do you think Norwich will finish? Just off the top of your head right now.
Sixth,
Sixth. Go for
just, just in playoffs.
fourth.
We'll
Solidly in
scrape in.
playoffs. No club in the Championship's done better business than Norwich City right now. If I
Yeah,
have to go right now, fourth.
business has gone under the radar a bit.
Especially with other champions, not with Norwich, not with Norwich
No,
fans.
no,
Norwich fans,
not
we
amongst the
know.
Norwich fans.
We
We,
know,
we,
but
we, we know
yeah,
what business is, but
other championship fans, they
other
know.
championship teams have been like, oh, it's got kind of gone under the radar with them.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, anything else to add on, Alex, before we finish the podcast?
I don't think there's any more news that's broke yet. I haven't seen anything else,
I don't know.
so nothing from my end.
Well, we might have an announcement of Leeds Norwich coming out soon, mightn't we?
Possibly,
So,
possibly.
who knows?
But have to keep that one a bit quiet.
Do we? Yeah, we do. Sorry,
Well,
I've said too much. I've said too much. Oh no, fuck, shit. It's all gone
uh,
wrong. It's all gone wrong. I've released the rumours. How's your Danish?
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
Been released in the podcast 20 minutes ago
Yeah.
and on live TV.
Oh, actually, yeah. We actually haven't touched on this, Alex. What is his name? What's his name? Kim something. I'll put it in the chat.
Kim Christoph Skin.
Uh, let's have a look. I
I
did
probably
put it in there.
butchered that, but
I did. Did I say it yesterday or today?
today, I think, or yes, yeah, I
It was
can't
today or
remember.
yesterday. Hang on, give me a second. Alex, entertain everyone. I'll be with you in. Ah, hey, I found it. Never mind. Don't need to entertain
Found
everyone.
it.
Kim Christopherson.
Yeah, I thought of something like that. Yeah,
What a bloke you are. No one believed you.
23 followers.
23
How's your
followers.
Danish?
How's your Danish? He broke the news about Mathias Kvistgaarden. And for me, is the best fucking journalist in the world now. Without
Go to him for
all
all
your
your needs.
transfer needs. But if he asks you how's your Danish, just make sure you watch the podcast that was uploaded 20 minutes ago. All right. Anyway, Bleed
There you
Norwich
go.
viewers, thank you very much for watching. And I'm pretty sure we'll catch you soon in the next YouTube video
Yeah,
of the news constantly getting busier and busier and busier. We'll see you
yeah.
next time.
See you next time.